Hello, and welcome to the last day of the first week of my teacher training thing. Day 5 on the road to teaching. Again, I'm whispering, lodger, etc. And it's earlier than before today. It's now 5:04, because I woke up at 4ish, even though I went to bed at about 10, because I now know not only which school I'm going to, but when I have to be there. Though I don't need to be there necessarily at that time on Monday. Because Monday, I'm not there for the whole school day. It's mostly sort of an in-school induction. Go there, get to know the people, get the key information, get a few bits and bobs, anything I might need. And yeah, so that is Monday. I'll only be there for a bit, but sort of Tuesday onwards, I imagine I'll be there for the whole school day, and be working out, like, here's my timetable, here's what it's going to look like going forward, all that good stuff. Because I had my phone call with my mentor yesterday, and he answered a fair few questions and gave me my school email login and stuff like that as a teacher, which I found very useful. But also, I had my enrollment phone call with City College. So I have, I think, got that login now, but I'm not 100% sure whether it's active because I've not tested it yet. But I've got the student number, and yeah, I've got the email address, but I'm not sure about the password or anything like that yet. Oh. But I emailed them back, because there's a couple bits that I needed to clarify, because they've got terms and conditions of study, and I just had to check some. A few of them I wanted clarity, and one of them I wanted to dispute, because it says no eating or drinking outside of designated areas, and I just wanted to make sure that I'm allowed to drink water anywhere on campus. The other ones are sort of phones have to be turned off during lessons. I asked if the teacher okays it, can I use my phone instead of a laptop to take notes on, or anything like that, really. Ow. Yeah, but there are a few other of those. But I got a bunch of answers. There's so much reading that I'm going to have to get done at some point. But for the most part, I think it'll be like a learn on the job type situation next week at the school, because the school has a bunch of documents like on policies and stuff. Let me just have a count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, so that's 36, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so there are 40 documents there. Well, actually, there's 39, because one of those is a timetable that I would sort of put together. That's their normal timetable, but now they have like staggered days due to COVID, so I may need to adapt the little timetable I made. But yeah, like, they've got behaviour for learning policy, a COVID update, they've got the British Values Overdue, 2 safeguarding things, one of which being COVID-19 addendum. They have assessment and marking policies, they have homework policies, collective values policy, complaints policy, data protection and freedom of information policy, email retention policy, equality policy, safety and e-security policy, exclusion policy, fire safety, first aid, health and safety, homeschool contract, OAT, drugs, alcohol, tobacco. I don't actually know what the OAT stands for, OAT. Then they have the OAT, privacy notice for workforce, OAT send, OAT whistleblowing, offsite visits, ed policy, I assume that's education, and just all sorts. I imagine I will need to read all of them at some point, but I don't think I need to read them all before Monday, because if I do, I'm going to struggle. Also, I did a lot of handwritten work yesterday for the first time in a while, and sort of a bit the day before and stuff as well, and I'm really feeling it in here, because when I write, that finger's on the floor, table, whatever, work surface, and it's really quite uncomfortable, because I did some, I've done some writing over summer, but I didn't do a great deal the last couple of years at uni by hand, and I didn't really do any this summer at all, apart from the occasional note to myself. So I'm not used to writing by hand anymore, and that's going to be something to get used to. I've got to slowly ease back into it, I suppose. That's fine. Is there anything in my diary that I wrote down that I forgot to mention so far? No, but today I'm meant to have my first PDP session, Professional Development Portfolio session. It's actually just a PD session. The portfolio is something I put together. Yeah, so put the portfolio together myself, but this is a professional development day, so I'll be there at the college in the afternoon. I've done the work for it last night, which is a bunch of stuff about the teen brain, looking at it, how it changes, the changes that the teen brain's undergoing during during that time at school, and effectively the issues that can sort of bring up. So doing that research and writing down, here's some of the changes, here's how that might show in class or on the playground, etc. How we as teachers can act and put things into place, what things we can put into place in order to help and sort of work with rather than against the teen brain, and how we hope that will affect our students, stuff like that. So I'll have to go in to college today. Hopefully I will just print out the sheet that I put together and then go in. I need to be there 1 till 3. It's only 2 hours, so I don't think there's going to be a show and tell of the stuff, because there's not enough time. But I'm going to take my tablet to make some notes on, and my phone also to make some notes on, and hopefully that will work out okay. But other than that today, because I think I've got my logins for the college, I can log in to their Blackboard and stuff now, which means I can do, I think it was Wednesday's tasks, which will watch some videos online, but I can't do that until I can, log in. So I'm going to have to try that at some point today, and then fingers crossed that will work out, because otherwise I'm not getting them done this week, because this is the last day of the work week. Tomorrow is my business day, and Sunday I plan on making a dummy run, maybe 2, to the school that I'm going to, once by bike, see how long it takes, if the route is awkward in any way, etc. And once we're in the car, again, see how long it takes, where I can expect there to be more traffic so I can allocate extra time and whatnot. My estimated time is about an hour and a half on bike, about 20 minutes, 25 minutes in the car. But the reason I say an hour and a half on bike is because it says it's like a 40-minute bike ride. But if I go part way on bike and the rest of the way on foot, it says it's about 45 minutes from where I park the bike to where I end up on foot. So say it's about 25-30 minutes to where I park my bike. Then if it's 30 minutes, 45 more, put me an hour quarter. So I want to just make sure I have enough time. So if I put myself for an hour and a half, I should have enough time, in theory. And then, I also said I'd help my granddad chop some branches off a tree, I think, on Sunday, weather permitting, that is. And I don't know, I don't think I have. Oh no, I've got Sword and Shield work on Sunday as well. Very busy. The Sunday will probably be a D&D day again soon. Only another, 20 days? Something like that. Check the calendar. 19 days. Sweet D&D. Hopefully I can come back to you soon. Before I've given it up for now, due to starting teacher training and expecting it to be a heavy workload when I start, but whether or not it is, I think that's about it, to be honest. So currently I'm feeling good. Not yesterday, the day before yesterday, I don't know if I mentioned this, but after the Zoom call, in the afternoon, I just straight up crashed. I fell asleep. I laid down in my bedroom because I was like, I'm a bit tired, I'm going to have a rest, and then it was half an hour later, and I was like, oh, geez, this isn't what I expected to happen. So obviously, it is tiring for me, more so than I anticipated. Physically, probably not so much, but I'm doing a lot of other stuff to be physically tiring. Practicing the old kung fu stuff, skipping, running, the occasional weights. Like, you probably noticed I took this down from my desk earlier. I sometimes just use this at the desk if I'm doing something that doesn't involve both hands. And then I've got another one. I've got another two in my exercise room. And then physically, if I do bike and walk, that's going to probably take the place of running, because if it's an hour and a half, I've got to be there at 8, then I have to leave at 6. And I'm now going to be getting up at 6 as opposed to 5, so that I can go to bed later, so that I can get more done in the evenings, because I want to chunk my work, and rather than get up earlier and then go to bed earlier, which would be fine, no one else I know goes to bed that early, whereas they do go to bed later than I currently do, and D&D will run late, so if I can make it so I go to bed late and get up later, because I don't need to leave the house as early, that's the plan. Biking there, walking the rest of the way, and then back again, that's going to take up 3 hours of my day, and also be a reasonable amount of exercise, be it cardio, and walking's cool down, warm up, whatever. Just got to make sure my bike holds out for that, and I'll almost certainly drive sometimes. That's why I want to do a test run for driving as well. But I also plan on picking up Muay Thai at some point, and if they ever get back to me, joining the Elite Gym, which is an MMA gym, as opposed to like a let's lift weights and get swole gym, because I'm not a big fan of those gyms really. I understand that there is some element of that at like martial arts gyms, but it's not my kind of thing. Those gyms, really, too many gym rats. I'm sure a lot of the people who go are lovely. I know some people who go who are lovely. I also know some gym rats, and I'm not a fan. So, yeah, I am gonna go now. But I just wanted to say, like, I'm feeling good, physically a bit tired. You may have noticed I've yawned a lot. That's probably because I just woke up so early. But I woke up feeling like my brain's awake, my body's not yet. But I'm mostly physically tired because of the physical training that I've been doing. Mentally, getting used to new things I find very tiring, so I think that as I go, I will find it a lot easier and I will be crashing less. So I think that these next few weeks, so I'm gonna get back from school. That's the word I was looking for, and just crash. I might even walk to my bike to the uni, because that's sort of on the way back, and go to their nap room if it's still open, and then crash, and then come out, like, because you're only allowed to stay there 20 minutes, so stay there for 20 minutes, come out, and then come back the rest of the way, just for that little break of the exercise and the refresher. Even though I'll feel terrible after those 20 minutes, I'll go home, I suppose. But I'll probably just come straight back because I'll be hungry and I'll be tired, and I just want to get back, I imagine. But then after those few weeks, yes, I'll still be hungry and tired when I finish. Yes, I'll come straight back. But I imagine that rather than be hungry and tired and really just not with it, I'll be thinking, I'll be like, okay, so I've done this, so tomorrow I'll be doing this, and then and so on and so forth, until I am done. Yeah. And then I've got to find a job. Anyway, I am actually going to go now. I said I was going to like 3 minutes ago, so I will catch you cats on the flip flop. Goodbye.